25 poor man's meals. What did poor families in America eat during the 1940s and 1950s? Not fancy dinners, but simple filling meals made from almost nothing. These dishes kept families alive and together. Stay with us because some of them you'll recognize and others will truly surprise you. Soups and stews. 1. Cabbage soup. A few cabbage leaves, potatoes, and onions. Cheap, hearty, and warming. Today we'd even call it a healthy meal. 2. Navy bean soup. White beans slowly simmered with a ham bone. It filled hungry stomachs for pennies, and believe it or not, it's still served daily in the U.S. Senate. 3. Poor man's vegetable soup. Every leftover vegetable went into the pot. Sometimes canned, sometimes fresh. The taste changed daily, but it was always cheap and filling. 4. Burgoo. In Kentucky, burgoo was made by tossing anything available into one kettle: corn, beans, scraps of meat, often cooked outdoors and shared by the whole community. 5. Bean and cabbage soup. Beans and cabbage boiled together. It may sound plain, but for many families it meant a full pot and food for days. Bread and grains. 6. Cornbread and milk. A slice of cornbread crumbled into milk or buttermilk. Simple but nourishing. Today it's remembered as Southern comfort food. 7. Biscuits with tomato gravy. A sauce from canned tomatoes poured over biscuits. Back then it was poor man's food. Now it's a beloved Southern dish. 8. Oatmeal. Oatmeal was considered poor man's food. Cheap, hot, and filling. But today we know it's one of the healthiest breakfasts, rich in fiber and energy. 9. Fried cornmeal. Mush cornmeal mush cut into slices and fried until crisp. Once a survival food, now it could pass as trendy street food. 10. Rice and gravy. A pile of rice with a little gravy on top. Often more gravy than rice, but it gave families the feeling of a full meal. Potato dishes. 11th. Potato pancakes. Grated potatoes and onions fried into crisp cakes. Back then it was survival food. Today you'll find them on menus as latkes or hash browns. 12th. Mashed potatoes with gravy. A mound of mashed potatoes covered in gravy, usually without meat, but the gravy made it feel special. Still classic comfort food today. 13th. Boiled dinner. Cabbage, carrots, potatoes, sometimes a ham bone, all boiled together in one pot. Practical, cheap, and surprisingly healthy. 14. Potato soup. Potatoes, milk, and a few spices. A simple soup that kept families warm on the coldest nights. 15. Hash browns. Thin strips of potato fried until golden. For some it was breakfast, for others it was supper. Today a fast food staple. Cheap meats and substitutes. 16. Chipped beef on toast, SOS. Dried beef in a creamy sauce, spread on toast. Soldiers called it shit on a shingle. For families, it was dinner. 17. Spam fritters. Spam was cheap and everywhere. Sliced, battered, and fried, it became a treat in many homes. 18. Liver and onions. Liver was cheap and packed with iron. Cooked with onions, it was a love it or hate it classic. 19. Fried bologna. A single slice of bologna sizzling in a pan. The sound almost made it feel like steak. Today, it's back in food trucks as retro comfort food. 20. Meatloaf. Ground meat stretched with breadcrumbs or oats to make it go further. Still a beloved American classic today. Desserts and sweets. 21st Depression cake, baked without milk, butter, or eggs, yet it still tasted sweet. Today it's remembered as war cake, and it's even vegan-friendly. 22nd, gelatin dessert, Jell-O. Colorful, cheap, and cheerful. For children, it was a rare sweet treat, often made with just water instead of milk. 23rd, bread pudding. Old bread baked with milk and sugar. Nothing went to waste. What began as necessity is now a classic dessert. 24. Rice pudding. Rice, milk, and a touch of cinnamon. Once a poor man's dessert, today, comfort food around the world. 25th, sweet potato pie. Sweet potatoes baked in a simple crust, affordable filling, and still a point of pride in Southern kitchens. These were 25 meals from America's lean years. Dishes that once stood for hardship, but today remind us of resilience, creativity, and family. Maybe one day you'll even try one, because sometimes the richest flavors come from the simplest meals. Thanks for watching.